What's up, guys? It's Oblivious Gamer here. Today, I wanted to talk briefly about Gundam Evolution. As we know, Gundam Evolution seems to be a game aimed towards the esports market, with it being a hero first-person shooter. And I would personally say the best way to describe it, if you have no idea what Gundam Evolution is, it's basically Overwatch, but with Gundams. Looking at the design, the gameplay, the style, it literally feels and looks like Overwatch. A couple of days ago, the closed beta tests for Gundam Evolution occurred, which sadly I couldn't get in, but it was a very small beta with only 5,000 spots available. And your account had to be in Japan, so if you didn't have an account in Japan, then you were immediately left out. I think most normal people were under a NDA. I don't know, I didn't see much from people. Maybe I wasn't looking enough. However, Bandai Namco chose two individuals to stream the closed beta, and they were Spygea and FPS Shaka. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it correctly. We did manage to see the game running literally and a lot of gameplay. Now, before I continue, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe. As I said, we can actually see some footage thanks to these two individuals on their Twitch accounts, which of course I will leave the links down below if you're interested in watching, since they have, I think one has like 5 hours and the other has like around an hour of gameplay footage, and they're both in very good quality. I think both stream at 1080, 60 FPS, so that's really good. Of course, as always, I will be careful with the footage that I end up showing you guys from these two individuals, because of basically Bandai Japan can be a bit more of assholes than Bandai America. I've had even my own footage, my own gameplay footage claimed by Bandai Japan a lot of times. So I don't want to get my channel nuked, so I would be very careful, of the footage that I show. It might be altered, or I'm not gonna show as much. But as I said, if you want to see the full unedited footage, please check out the links from both FPS Shaka and Spygea. Let's proceed to talk about the beta. So from what they have shown, it seems to run really good. Everything seems smooth. At least for these guys, the game didn't crash on them. Like I said, one stream for 5 hours, didn't run into any big problems. And for the beta, I think that's alright. They didn't seem to have like any weird big glitches or any problems. Everything seems to run smooth. Again, though, they could be, using a version that's better, or Bandai previously tested on their system to make sure they didn't have any problems. But so far, everything seems good. It also genuinely seems like very fun. From the footage, I was like a lot of times looking at their footage and I was like, wow, I really wish I could play this game. We also saw more of the gameplay to have a better idea. For example, different mobile suits have different amount of boost. It seems that most will have 2 boost bars, whereas Barbatos will have 3, which I am hoping that is enough for him, because Barbatos seems to be a suit that doesn't have any range attacks. It seems to be fairly melee, so I am hoping that he was like quick or had something to make him quicker to deal, with getting shot at very far distance, so he's able to close on them. So I'm hoping that extra bar boost will be enough. And so far the gunplay seems to be very responsive. It seems to be very good from what I was seeing. I'm not too much of an FPS shooter, but it seems okay to me. And like I said, I was going through the footage, nothing really weird. However, and not like I said, I really wish I could have tried the game. However, I do think this game will have a big problem, and that is, at least for me, it just looks so much like Overwatch. And I have seen other people compare it to Overwatch, which I think, depending on the person, will either be a good thing or a bad thing. Gundam is an extremely popular franchise, especially in Japan, so I think this game will do fine there. The thing is, this game is supposed to be released worldwide, and the question then becomes, can this game actually stand by itself here in the West. Because if this game is just a Overwatch clone with a Gundam skin, I can see it draw criticism. Plus, will just relying on the Gundam name itself be enough to hook players in the long run? Meaning, it's not just like you playing it for a week, but constantly wanting to come back and play the game and get better. This game, when you just watch it, comparing it to Overwatch is just too easy. Their UI is extremely similar. The select screen, the player UI, the health bar, the ultimate ability shape, the abilities when everything, when it's like the abilities are like recharging and you see the countdown, everything just looks so much like Overwatch. And I think that is one of the biggest problems it would face here in the West. Unless of course this UI is just a placeholder, then everything I said is for nothing. I am aware they say imitation is the best form of flattery, but in this case, I don't know. I think Overwatch right now is in a special situation. It seems the current reception is very mixed to Overwatch, so some people who just dislike Overwatch will look at this game and already have doubts because I just see them seeing this game to be very similar and not like the way this game is headed. Also, I think the team hero shooter market is very special and it can be very easy to mess it up. Remember Battleborn? Or how about Bleeding Edge? I think even Paladins had like a tough time competing with other hero shooters, especially to Overwatch. So adding a Gundam hero shooter into the mix, I could see some struggles because for people who have no attachment to the Gundam franchise, might just look at the game as an Overwatch clone and just say, why play this game when I can just play Overwatch? Now, I don't want to sound too negative, but I do think this is one of the concerns I have with this game. I'm a huge Gundam fan. For me, I would try this game for sure. It's not every day Bandai releases a Gundam game here in the West, and I think it looks fun from what I have seen. I'm not a huge fan for games like Overwatch. I never seems to stick to them, to the hero shooters, but this game has mobile suits and Gundams, which is one of my favorite franchises. So I'm really down to play the game and try it out. And I'm hoping that maybe I will stick to it and not just, be attached to the game because it has Gundams or mobile suits. That I'm hoping the game is fun and good enough by itself, and it's capable of attracting people who are not just fans of the Gundam franchise. I'm just hoping that the game can be a bit more unique than Overwatch. Maybe if it still looks very similar, I'm hoping, like I said, the gameplay is good and solid and unique and fun enough to capture an audience. Because it's not that often that Bandai releases and decides to support a Gundam game here in the West. I know this video is a bit sour, but so far, this is just my thoughts and opinions from what I have seen. And now that I have seen hours of footage, this is what thoughts I can articulate. Of course, I need to play the game to, formulate a more concrete opinion. But that's not gonna happen anytime soon, and all I have is watching these two individuals with their footage. It's all I have, and this is what I can use to make a thought and think, okay, is this gonna be fun? Is this gonna be good? How is the game gonna go? And I know it's not, maybe for those that are excited for the game, it's not something that you want to hear. And if you are excited for the game, I'm happy for you. I'm in that boat. I want to try the game. I want to play the game. But also for people who have concerns, I also see those concerns and I'm with you there. I know it's a weird bag that I'm in. I'm like in the middle, but I think that's the best spot that I can be right now. Somebody who, wants to talk and cover about this game. I feel I shouldn't be going to one side or the other. I should try to remain as neutral as possible to help you guys out decide if this is a game you want to try or not. So yeah, I'm hoping, I know some of you guys might be angry or disappointed, but at least I feel this is the stance that I want to take so far. At least until I play the game and see if it's something that I actually can tell you, try it out. Now, as I said, I will continue to check out for news and cover this game as much as I can. It's a bit hard because, of course, a lot of stuff is in Japanese. I am interested in hearing your thoughts. I always read them. It's always very fun and great to see different perspectives. So feel free to leave them down below. This has been Oblivious Gamer, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day or night wherever you are.